Cooking products, they are here to either make your life easier or just waste your money. On today's video, I want to review the most unique and crazy products you've ever seen. Because I'll tell you one thing, if it makes your life easier, I want to use it. There's a lot to go over, so enough talking and let's begin. And here we have our very first product. It's a solar grill. It looks like you're communicating with aliens, basically. It's a little bit flimsy, but supposedly it's better than actual charcoal. So Cook says, it is flimsy and it does not heat up well. The way it works is like this. Here on the back, there is a sundial. The sunlight comes through here and it hits on this red thing here, which if you aim it properly towards the sun, it should get super nice and hot. However, if you think you're going to be grilling just by putting something here, no. The idea is this. You want to put a pan there, you heat up the pan and you grill it. Well, enough talking, let's put it to the test. Let's go outside. So I got this all set up right here. As you can clearly see, we got the ball going at its hottest spot, which is what we want. I'm gonna leave it right here for at least an hour and see if that pan is gonna heat up, and I'll come back to check it. Now we got cut-resisting gloves. Sounds like a fantastic idea. But first, listen to this review. Top Cop says, I stabbed myself twice with these gloves. I thought they were supposed to protect me. Mr. Cop, if it stabbed you once, you should have learned your lesson. Well, here's my idea. Cougar finger. Pretty straightforward. We'll stick it right in, everybody. Got some other pickles over here because I want to test two things. First, puncture. Second, cut. So let's see. We got some fingers here. Let's put this to the test. Ooh, that was not even hard. If that was my finger, ouch. One more time. Just imagine if that was my finger. Oh boy. Next, cut resistance. Okay, see what happens. What? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Hold on a second. I don't think there's any differences between this fabric right here or what I'm wearing. Yes, it's a sharp knife, but you're supposed to have a nice sharp knife. But man, again, nothing hard. Wow, look at that. Imagine if that was your finger. This is a complete waste of money. It might give you false security. It is better to go slow and cut things properly versus trying to rush and get this. Bye-bye. Next, we got this thing right here, a Brazilian style rotisserie grill that it is electric.
You do not want to know how much that one costs.
Well, as you can clearly see, it is pretty straightforward, everybody. We have a dial here, an on and off button, and we got two skewers. And it should do its trick and goes automatically as it cooks. Let's find out if this thing works. Got the skewers ready. Let's turn this thing on. I recommend putting it at its highest setting. Oh, as a matter of fact, this is just a timer. You do not get to control the temperature at all. Oh, look at that. It's already working. Oh, I gotta say, this is kind of cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in. I'm gonna put on the bottom one. That way we can see more clearly. Goes right in there. That goes right in. And now we wait. Ooh, it's already kind of hot. This is gonna take a while. We'll be right back to check on it in a few minutes. Next, we got this tool. It's supposed to be a ground beef smasher to help you cook ground beef. Ash says, this piece of trash is not safe on nonstick. It scratched my $150 skillet. Ouch. It's made out of plastic. In theory, it should not scratch my pan. Got it nice and hot? Let's go. Got the ground beef. Let's see if this is actually worth it. Wow. You know, sometimes when you cook ground beef, it's hard to break it apart, and I kind of like it. The meat kind of stick to it, but oh, let's just keep smashing here, see what happens. I'm not gonna lie, everybody, I kind of like this versus doing this. Oh yeah, it's not as efficient, so I kind of like it. It works, but let's see if it's scratching my pan. Let me actually go an extra step. Ouch. This is fantastic. Where has this been all my life? This is awesome. It's not fully cooked, but I want to see the results in the pan. Clean this up and not bad. It's no longer stuck because it started cooking. I like this. Let's check back on this picanha right here because surprisingly, this actually is working quite nice, especially if you live in an apartment. It's kind of working, but it's not cooking fast enough. And I'm worried that it's gonna overcook the picanha, but I'm not sure. As you can clearly see, it is rotating. It is basting on its own juices as it's cooking. Not bad. Yep, it still needs a little bit more time, but it seems like it's working. So we'll check back on it real shortly. Let's get to another product. A griddle press that supposedly is powerful enough to cook a steak. Well, we'll see about that. April says it turns off after 20 minutes. Save yourself money and avoid this piece of garbage. It is up to temperature. Let's go ahead and see if this will actually cook a steak. And the sizzle. Very nice. I don't want to overcook the steak. It has been actually about 2.5 minutes, and I think that's good enough. If not, it will overcook. A lot of juices has rendered. I'll take it off. That's what I was afraid of. It's not going to get a perfect sear. Not the best of crust. It is what you expect to be cooked on a griddle, but I'll let it rest. It has rested for 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut this open. Every skirt steak should be cut against the grain, and I want you to take a look at this. Take a look at that. It is extremely juicy. It is a little bit over, I would say. Maybe I would call that medium. That's the thing though. It needs to be hotter in order to cook faster. But as you can clearly see, it is super juicy. It did cook the steak, but is it perfect? No, it's not. I just like a better crust, you know? I'll put a tiny bit of salt on top because there's no seasoning at all. Let's give it a go. Nope. It doesn't do it for me. It's just not hot enough. For a steak, it is not the best, but there are so many other applications for this wonderful griddle right here. I need a crust on my steak. It's missing a crust, that's what it's missing. This is a food chopper, and it's supposed to make your chopping job a lot easier. Used for fruits, vegetables, and also apparently meat. Dab says, what a waste. It doesn't chop well, and it's a pain to clean. Don't waste your money. Let's make this real simple. We're gonna go with some red bell peppers first. I'll put it right on the spot right here. Now, first thing I notice is that it is a small entry, so you don't have that much space, but let me see if you'll cut it to perfection. Yes, it did. And that was pretty quick. Perfectly diced. Seriously? I mean, I chop fast, but I don't chop that fast and that perfect. I kind of like it. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Are you kidding me? It did not get stuck. Nice, very nice, chopper. Hold on. I've been cut out by Leo. What happened?
Give it a challenge.
What?
I don't know, like an onion?
Right in the middle. It fits half an onion. Say something. Say something.
Got nothing.
Are you happy now? You want me to try something else? Put your finger here. This is quail egg scissors. And if you love a lot of quail eggs, it should work. Monica says it straight up does not work. Well, let's find out right now. I got some quail eggs over here. And if you ever used quail eggs, you know how hard it can be to actually crack one and get it out perfectly. It is pretty straightforward. I'll put the top. What do you mean it doesn't work? It works perfectly. I mean, look at that. Wow. Probably a one-use tool. There is no other application for it. But if you crack a lot of quail eggs, it will work. And it works quite well. The time has come. We got the picanha here. I'll be honest with you, it took a little bit longer than I expected, everybody. It's been going on over here for quite some time. As you guys can see here on the top, that's how long it took. So what we're gonna do now, it looks like the fat has nicely rendered. And even though it's not perfect, I think it's time to take it off. Take a look at this. It was cooked on an electric rotisserie grill. Now, immediately, one thing I don't like is the fat. See, the reason the fat is not nicely golden brown is because it wasn't hot enough. So it didn't melt the fat. But that's what you get with electric grills. You can't expect too much. Let's go ahead and shave it and see what happens. Hopefully, it's going to be medium rare. Wow. I am shocked. Absolutely shocked. I thought it was going to be overcooked, but it is not. I am pleasantly surprised. Wow, not bad. Obviously, there's no seasoning at all because I didn't season it. I was just testing the grill. I'll put a little bit of salt here just for a taste test. Cheers. Wow. It's my favorite piece of meat. Of course, it's going to be fantastic. It's missing charcoal. Yes, 100%. But the fact that you can cook this in an apartment for your family, is it perfect? It's not. But if you want to know if it works, yes, it works. There's no charcoal flavor. It takes a while to cook. I like it. It's been 3 hours. I want it to get nice and hot, and I'll be honest with you, it's kind of hot, everybody. It's kind of hot, which is a good thing. Let me just see if this actually will fry an egg. I'm super... Wow! That is hot, boy. Or maybe I'm just a big baby. That is quite hot, but let's just see if it will fry an egg. You know what? Let the oil heat up quite a bit. Now we got this too. So apparently it's an egg cracker. Victoria says, not for cracking eggs. It is only to decorate eggs. Useless. Well, there's not much to it. Let's try it on an egg. Here goes nothing. Huh? That did absolutely nothing. You just got to do a few times. Okay. That took about 4 tries. So I cracked the egg, but I try to take it off and the membrane is stopping me from doing it. And then here, I'll just go through the egg and I'll try to cut it. This is some Michelin star stuff. Okay, and then I guess... There you have it, everybody. What a complete waste of money. If you want to make a nice presentation and use the eggshell for some reason to impress your guests, I guess this might be worth it. But for me, nah, don't waste your money. Next, we got an induction plate. You know, if you have pans that is not induction, but you have an induction stove, this could actually be quite helpful. But does it work? Chen says, I put it on a stovetop and it melted. Bad product. That sounds like a total lie. How are you gonna melt this? Cheese. Well, let's find out. Here I have an aluminum pan. Let's find out. So this goes right on top of the induction burner, just like that. Huh. I've never been able to use this pan here. Yep, immediately got hot. Now let's see what happens. I put a little bit of water in there. Let's see if it boils. Oh, I forgot I don't have a watch. Look, it has been 15 minutes. This works, as you can clearly see, it's steaming, and I did not put a lot of water. I don't know if you can see, it's very little amount of water here. There's not that much, and it's just taking forever. Does it work? Yes. Is it worth your time? No. Just buy a different pot that is induction, and it was made for it. So I got some gloves here just in case because it was hot. I left it a little bit longer, everybody. We'll be reviewing everything, and it's been about an hour already with the oil. I would have thought that it would be smoking, but obviously it's not. This thing is extremely flimsy. Oh, this part is also hot, but let's see if it will fry an egg. Time for the truth. Wow, only this. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I mean, he wants to fry the egg, but it will take forever to fry this egg. What a waste of money and time. This does absolutely nothing. This is horrible. Are you kidding me? Who bought this, Leo? Who got this one? Are you kidding me? And here we have a microwavable bacon grill. Supposed to make your bacon nice and crispy. First, we got a review. Corgi owner says, the bacon comes out shriveled up and there's grease everywhere. Not fun. These ridges right here are supposed to keep the grease from the bacon. So I'll lay them down right here. Now that is ready. I'll cover it up. And let's put it in the microwave. Into the microwave for a total of 6 minutes. That's what the instruction says. It has been 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bacon. Oh, wow. Take a look at that. So I let the bacon sit for just a little bit. And I want you to notice one thing. It's stuck a little bit together, but the bacon is nice and crispy. Nice and crispy. If you are a bacon lover like me, because you rendered out all the fat, it is extremely crispy. This works well. I like it. It has its place.
It's good.
And here's our next product. Another solar grill, everybody. But this one works quite different. Dean says it doesn't cook anything. I tried to cook a sausage and gave up after 30 minutes. And it's also supposedly better than an oven. Better than an oven. That's just some bold statements from these products. I'll tell you that. Now here's how it works. There's a tube. It's pretty straightforward. You stick it in here with the tube and you let this thing heat up and cook it. Does it work? Well, let's find out. Okay, so the way this one works, the red dye over there is hitting exactly where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to get nice and hot. And let's try to fry an egg on it. Let's see what happens. I already put some aluminum foil right here. Egg's gonna go right in. And let's see if this is gonna be good or not. If you can cook an egg, I'll be happy with it. I'm gonna stick it in here and we'll check on it in 10 minutes. Now we got the can opener. Jeremy says, flat out dangerous. It leaves sharp metals that you can cut yourself with. Supposedly, this is supposed to make a cup out of your can, making it better to drink and have a better overall experience. You first grab a soda can. This goes right on top like this. And then that clicks in. I'm not gonna lie, it's making me a little bit nervous. I'm afraid to cut my hand. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected. I could have just drank it by now. Oh, wait. What? Wait a second. It already had worked. Look at that. Hold on a second. Oh, I didn't know it worked like that. Huh. Oh, that is definitely dangerous, everybody. This is Ow. Actually, almost cut my finger there. So that snaps off and you're left with a can. I think it's kind of cool idea. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it, but take a look at this. You see that? I have a feeling if you're not real careful, ooh, look at that. That's gonna cut you up, boy. However, maybe it's just me, everybody. Maybe I didn't know how it works and I did it twice. Let's give it a try with a proper drink, Guaraná. Goes right in, I know how it works now. As a matter of fact, you can actually just open it.
Nice.
Oh, that's satisfying. Goes inside and we'll twist. Wow, that worked a lot better. Same thing. Look, it doesn't cut all the way and it gives a little hanging there. You see that little hanging? And when I pull it out, that will stick up. Ouch! Just imagine I'm gonna take my drink over here. I might have a hypodermic needle in my mouth. I think it's kind of cool, the idea, but they must tweak it in order to work properly because you can actually get injured by using this product. Who bought this?
You.
It's been about 15 minutes and I just want to check on this grill because I've noticed that there's a little bit of smoke coming out. That is a good thing, unlike the previous one. So I'm actually looking hopeful here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, the smell. Oh, wow. You actually, we burned everything. You know why I'm smiling? Because the other one was such a disappointment. This one actually works, but it smells horrible. There's no way of you controlling the temperature. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Will I ever use this again? Probably not. But if you are in a scenario that this is your only option, you can get creative with it and it can actually work. I'm surprised, especially because of the last one. Next, we got a cheese cutter. A cheese cutter? Of course it's gonna work.
I think it's gonna work really well with compound butter, which we do on steaks all the time.
Compound butter? Well, let's try it out. Pepelo Mama says, don't waste your money. Wire broke on my second use. Here I got a compound butter that I made. Pretty simple. Let's see how it works. It's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go straight in. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is perfect. Zero resistance. I got a nice little wheel. Wow, that works extremely well. Try again, especially if you make a lot of steaks. What a perfect. Wow, Leah. Good job. I like it. But just for comparison, I got a regular butter knife here. Let's see how that does. So we just realized that Leo loves wasting my money. Next, we got a butter knife, but not any butter knife. Apparently, a special butter knife. And I'll be honest with you, after everything you put me through, this one looks like I can afford it, everybody. Alice says, it only works on softened butter. It doesn't work on cold butter, and it doesn't work on room temperature butter. It's garbage. Well, let's find out. Let's get some butter. Got butter here. This one came straight from the refrigerator, and let's see what happens. I'm gonna use the bottom part right here because the top looks just like a regular butter knife. Well, let's find out right now. Gotta hold the butter. Let's see. It doesn't look easy, but kind of works. You gotta put some extra elbow grease. Hold up. Got some toast right here. And let's see if it spreads. Uh-oh. And the bread's kind of hot too. This is a complete waste of your money. I would not recommend it. Just use a regular butter knife. Next, we got this, a speed garlic press. Shannon says, impossible to use unless you are Superman. It says it works for ginger too. And I must be Mother Teresa. I hate this item. I'm not familiar with it. This one I am familiar with and I've been using it for years. It works quite well. Well, let's see if this one is any better. Okay, got some garlic here. It's pretty simple to use. Let's see if it works. Wow, that was pretty simple. So it's a speed garlic press. So let's see here. Yeah, you need some extra juice on your arm. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of like this. That's not bad. But let's see, smash it down first. And then I'll rock it. That is a lot easier. Check it out. Yo, I like this. This is pretty awesome. Those are garlic, little waste. Look at that. What's wrong with this? I like this. This is fantastic. This is a grill mash. Mitch says, I placed it in a grill and it wasted all of our food. It burned through and covered our food with black ash. Garbage. Okay, so we got a nice hot grill. I got some fish and some veggies. We're gonna put this grill mat to the test. I'll just drop it right in there and I'll start off with some fish. I'll lay it down just like that, followed by a few veggies. And let's see what happens. Smelling fantastic, everybody. I am excited for this because look, nothing will fall through. And most importantly, it's not sticking. The fish is cooking quite quickly. Let me see if I can flip the fish. It was working in the beginning, but now I'll be very gentle with it. I'll give it a chance. Whoa. Things are coming apart. Let me flip this really quickly. Not bad. However, this thing is completely falling apart on me. Do you guys see this right now? You see what's happening? So I guess you gotta cook really quickly. The veggie is getting a little bit of char. It's not sticking yet. Fish is almost fully cooked. Flip it one more time. Yep, it's not sticking. I'm happy with the veggies. The fish is fully cooked. I'll remove the fish and take a quick look at this. I have mixed feeling because I think some of that black thing actually went to my food, so I'm not quite sure. They claim it to be reusable up to 100 times. There's no way. It's pretty much falling apart right now. Also, I think all the chemicals that were here went to the fish and also the food. I mean, it's just a no-no. I am not using that. This is an electric pizza oven. I'll be honest with you. This thing is very light, okay? And it is like, it has a heating coil element right here where it heats everything up. And on the bottom, we have a non-stick coating plate. Nevertheless, I have high hopes. Now I'm gonna preheat it first. If you don't preheat any oven, it's not gonna work well. So it is electric. Let it preheat and let's see what happens. This is a hand knife sharpener. So supposedly it is inexpensive and it should work like a charm. Oh, let's see about that. Tommaso says it's just a piece of junk and it damages the blades. So I got a beat up knife here that I've been using for a long time and it's not very sharp. It's not sharp. The way to use this, I'm not gonna lie everybody, it scares me quite a bit, okay? You wanna grab something to hold onto your knife. You put this down and then you aim straight up. Now you grab the sharpener just like this, and this right here is supposed to protect your hand from the knife. I don't like this one already. Now what you're supposed to do, I am literally scared. You go straight down and then you just run it through the blade. Oh my God. That is scary. And also, if you put your finger by any chance over here and this goes down, bye-bye thumb. Now, I've also seen people doing it like this and just running the blade. It seems a little bit safer to do it that way, but that's not the way that you're supposed to. But that just feels wrong, man, to do that. Okay, I passed it a few times. Let's see if you sharpened up the knife or not. Okay, so I will say, It's sharper. I'm checking to see if it damaged the knife. It didn't really damage the knife, but this is so dangerous that I don't think it's worth your money. I think you should not buy it. It's been about 15 minutes and it is hot. I can feel the heat radiating to me. I want to take the temperature real quick. That is plastic and it is not supposed to be hot. Got to be careful with this one, everybody. So let's open it up real quick and take the internal temperature. I'm gonna close it right away. This is their internal temperature right now. 456 Fahrenheit. Not bad for pizza. It should be higher, but not bad. Okay, I got a nice small pizza right here. I'm gonna throw it right in and see if this is actually gonna cook the pizza. Pizza goes right in and I'll close it and I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes and see what happens. It's been exactly 5 minutes. Let's check on the pizza. Ooh, so the cheese is already starting to burn, okay? Since the heating element comes from the top. But the crust, can you see the crust? It actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. What? I honestly didn't think that was gonna work. Let's cut it. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look at this. I mean, it actually cooked the pizza. Let me try this pizza. Look, it cooked the pizza. It's not the best pizza I ever had. It's not perfectly cooked. I think it's better if you just get a pizza stone and you put it in your home oven. You will do a much better job. So this is not worth it. Next, we got the Easy Pool food processor. And it's pretty straightforward, everybody. You don't need any electricity. Jacqueline says, this chopper sucks. Cord does not retract correctly, and it's a pain to clean. As you can clearly see, it has the blade, it has the top, and the power is your hand. As you pull, it spins the blade, but does it cut good enough? Well, let's find out. I got some vegetables here. Let's see if it will do a good job. I'm gonna just dunk it in. Got that right in. Close that up, and let's see. Wow, that was only 3 pulls. No electricity, nothing. And let me show you the results. I mean, that is pretty good to me. Wow. As you guys can clearly see, it worked and it worked quite well. This is the electric Chef's Choice knife sharpener. And it has 3 different stones to make your knife nice and sharp. Rufal says, after sharpening it, the knives are almost as dull as they were before. A complete waste of money. This is how it works. You just turn it on. You grab a knife. We got one right here. This one has seen its better days. I'm gonna run it through all 3 processes. Only one time. Oh wow, that sounds nice. Wow, it almost feels like it was from the factory. Wow. Yes. What was wrong with that review? I don't think it can get any better than this. This is the Sear Zoll. Natalie says, product melted while in use. Bad quality. Notice that right here on the front, it has a screen. And what that screen does is disperse the flames, making it not too harsh. To put this to the test, I'm gonna be melting some cheese right here, which should work perfectly for it. But you're gonna see the problem I have with it right now. So, to melt cheese, it does a good job. And for that is a perfect application. But let me tell you something. If you try to sear a steak with this, it will take forever. And I mean it. It could take up to 10 minutes to sear with this. I no longer use it because I have something way better. This is the Grill Blazer sous vide gun. That takes 10 minutes. This will take 20 seconds. This is amazing, amazing. But let's get back to the business here. For what it is, it's a good tool. I no longer use it, but there are a lot of applications for it. This is the defrosting tray, which is supposed to help you defrost your steak quite quickly. I don't know about that. I'm skeptical because I have the perfect method and we're gonna compare. Let's try it. Make a Big Noise says, there's nothing functional about this product. It is just a sheet of aluminum. Kind of agree with that review, but let's put it to the test. Let me show you the method I normally use, which will actually take 10 minutes because I do this almost every day. I've chosen here a thin steak. This is a skirt steak. Now, the wonderful thing about it is that I can keep it in the bag and I'll put it in cold water and I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna do anything else versus this one is fully frozen. And we're gonna put it in here. And I'm just gonna leave these alone. I'm gonna come back in 10 minutes to flip this one as you're supposed to flip every 10 minutes. We'll see what happens. It has been 10 minutes. Now, I will say this. You're supposed to flip the steak. I see no water. I'll flip the steak.
It's still extremely frozen. Let's check this one right here. And fully defrosted, 100% ready to be cooked. This does not work at all. Why not just put it in water? Now we got an egg pan. It's supposed to be non-stick, give a nice shape to your fried egg. It seems like it's gonna work just fine. Let's find out. David says, I cooked on high a few times without oil, and I think I wore off the non-stick. Bro, don't cook it without oil. And not on high, because non-stick is not supposed to be on high. So I'm gonna turn it on real quick. I'll put a tiny bit of oil in each one of them. If you love burgers or you just like having a nice shaped egg on top of your steak, this should work just fine. I love how it just stays in place. That is perfect. It's gonna give a nice shape to the egg. And we all know how much egg costs nowadays. It would not hurt to make them pretty. So it's cooking all of them nice and even, which is a good thing. Gonna season the eggs a little bit with salt. Make your eggs look pretty by adding a tiny bit of pepper on top. They are going to be perfect. Eggs are done. I'll be honest with you, it is not easy to cook an egg like this without this pan. It doesn't get more perfect than that. And normally you would have an egg pan anyway. I mean, take a look at that. And it only took 2 minutes. This is a butter dispenser and it is supposed to make spreading butter on toast easier and everything else. Beatty says, pieces of plastic ends up in your butter. Not safe. Got my butter here. Let's see if this works well. Stick the butter right in. This goes in here, and let's see what happens. Little piece of plastic already falling out. Okay, let me get a toast. So all I have to do is twist the knob. Becomes harder and harder every time. It is hard to twist, but look at that. I'm no longer twisting it and it's still coming out. Wow! Let me put it on the bread. Let me see if it makes it easier to spread. Just like that. Oh, wow, even made it easier to spread the butter. I'm pleasantly surprised on how well this actually worked. Obviously, you should have your butter a little bit more soft or room temperature, then it will be easier. But if you ask me if it works, yes, it does work. It spread the butter. I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a butter wheel. I mean, I've seen a lot of people use this before, and I have a feeling it's gonna work extremely well. Emily says, you need a lot of butter in order for this to work, because there's a lot of butter that we won't even touch on the bottom. Well, let's put it to the test right now. So I got some butter already melted, but normally you would put this on top of a flat top and it will make the job easier of toasting your buns. So I'll go ahead and I'll put the butter right in the wheel. And yes, you need a generous amount of butter because we all know more butter, more better. And if I move it with the finger right here, you can actually see the butter coming up. That works extremely well. Emily, what's wrong with you? Look at it. Okay, so let's put this to the real test right here. I got some brioche buns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, it's just perfect. I'll put that right over here. Let's go ahead and do the other one too, because we all know butter is perfect for it, everybody. It spreads the butter so nicely. I don't even need to check the toasted bun because this is phenomenal. Just like that, perfectly toasted with a generous amount of butter. This works so well. This is a meat slicer knife. Sandra says, very dangerous product. Blades are super sharp and it is easy to cut yourself. I agree with that. It's kind of dangerous. I got some skirt steak right here, and inside there's a slot for it. I'll place it right here. On the bottom, there is supposed to be a suction cup where you place it down and you twist this and it sucks the table, doesn't move. Extremely careful, this side up, several different blades. We'll see how well it actually works. I'll place my hand over it. Oh my God. All right, we went through it and wow, it works. Super thin, perfectly sliced, every single one of them. Look at that. That's what you want for yakiniku, everybody. I do have one issue though. I have a feeling that if you are not very careful, you will cut your hand. So the product does work. If you're not very fast with your knife, it might be worth your time, but if you have great knife skill, it might not be worth it for you at all. This is a smoke gun. And if you want to put a smoky flavor on your meats, on your drinks, supposedly it will do the job. Now I have tried this before with meats and it worked quite well, but the claim is that it will smoke
anything. Let's put that to the test. Andy says, if you like leaking ashtrays, you will love this smoke gun. Every bite felt like it had a kiss of tobacco. Nasty. So I'm gonna be smoking a drink. I love pineapple juice. So I'll put the pineapple juice right over here. Now the way it works is pretty simple. It comes with several different flavors of chips. You wanna grab it and you wanna put it right here on the top. Now you need something to hold the smoke. This is perfect for it. It was actually made to use the smoke gun. But if you don't have one of these, you can just use a bowl and put plastic wrap on top. You wanna go ahead and start your torch first. You don't want that torch too powerful. Turn on the gun and you light up the chips. Once it's lit up, let it smoke a little bit more, turn it off. And now you wait as long as you want. The longer you wait, the more smoky you will be. Believe me when I tell you, 30 seconds does its job, especially if what it is that you're smoking is small. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But remember, the longer you leave it there, the smokier you will be. And let's see what happens. It smells quite smoky, everybody. Cheers. And that is amazing. It's slightly smoky. It gave an extra flavor that I absolutely love, and it will pair up perfectly with barbecue. This is a winner. And now we have an Apple TV. What is this?
No, Google, that's a toaster.
A toaster. Apparently this is a very expensive toaster and it does several different things. Eddie says the settings range from doing nothing to burning things. Not worth the money. Well, let's see if it does what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose bread. Here you choose all your settings and the colors that you want. All right, so that goes right in there, and I guess you press start and well, Leo, I hope it was worth it because it's browning up, and I guess you pay extra money for the graphics.
Well, technically you paid extra money for the graphics.
Yeah, it's enjoy. It's a toaster. Look at that, everybody. It made toast. Look, if you are a bougie person and you have the money to spend on it, I think it does what it's supposed to do, especially if you have a fancy kitchen and you want to put something fancy. I think it is extremely expensive for what it is. It's a toaster, but it does what it's supposed to do. An electric meat tenderizer. This one just looks funny. You hold it for 2 seconds, the light will light up and it starts pounding, everybody. I mean, this is like, hold on a second. Oh, that's nice. Forget about tenderizing the meat, everybody. Tenderize yourself. Nevertheless, it is a great massage gun, but let's see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. I got a nice, beautiful steak here, and let's see if it works. This works extremely well. At the same time, I have a feeling you can probably do the same exact thing with just a meat tenderizing hammer. It works, it does its job, but a little bit of a gimmick, to be honest with you. This is a candy spatula thermometer. It has both a spatula by itself and inside a thermometer. Sabra says, this is an overpriced piece of junk. The temperature was off by 7 degrees. Don't buy. To measure this properly, I have some water boiling here. I'll put this right on top and I'll start melting the chocolate and we'll take some temperature. Chocolate is fully melted and let's take the temperature. Right now it says 125. I want to see how accurate this thing actually is. And to compare it with it, I'm going to be using a thermometer I'm actually used to, and I'm going to put right next to it. They're pretty accurate, everybody. Pretty accurate. If you are a chocolate lover and you want to have a spatula and a thermometer together, this does its job. Here we have an electric knife. It's supposed to cut everything, but we got a review. Ronald says, absolutely terrible. This couldn't fillet a fish if you tried really, really hard. That's what it's supposed to do, fillet a fish, and if it's not gonna fillet a fish, it's useless. Well, let's put that to the test right now. Here I have a snapper, which is a perfect fish to do this with. Here's one. I'll flip. And you take it off.
I mean, it did its job. I don't see any problem with it. Now, I will say this. It's not the best electric knife because I had a hard time doing it, and I've used a lot of electric knives. Even though it did its job, it did not do its job effectively because a regular fillet knife will do a much better job. This is the meat shredder, and it's pretty simple the way it works, everybody. There's no secret to it. Let's just see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. Nick says, don't buy. It will not stay in place while you try to shred. It's a waste of money. I'm gonna make it pretty simple. I got some chicken. I'm gonna put it right in here. Let's see how easy this is. You should be doing it in just seconds. That goes in. Okay. And, ooh, it's kind of tough. Oh, wow! This is fantastic. It's kind of tough to get it started, but once you get it started, it just goes, everybody. I cannot believe how well this worked. It is, wow, it shredded the chicken to perfection, everybody. I mean, take a look at that. Yes, it does save you time. It works extremely well. It is just incredible how well this works and how easy it is to use, everybody. I'm happy with this. Now we got the jacquard. These are small little blades that will tenderize your meat, making it more tender and enjoyable to eat. But does it actually work? And it does its job. Daniel says, smashes the steaks, so your expensive meat looks like chicken fried steak. No good. So I got a little piece of short rib here. As you guys know, short rib is not the most tender piece of meat. I want you to see how to use the jacquard properly because it's one of those products that you can actually overdo it, and you don't want to overdo it. As you can see, these little tight blades. So let's see what happens here. One time goes in, 2 times, one more, and another one. Now, notice that he cut the meat and he separated the fibers. That's exactly what you want right there. But if you overdo it, like the review says, I think you guys got the point. It just becomes a different kind of meat and it will be extremely tender. And I'll be honest with you, this works extremely well. Don't overdo it. Use the jacquard. It is great. This is an auto-rotating pizza oven. Normally when you cook a pizza, you gotta use the pizza peel and rotate everything manually. Well, you don't have to do anything with this one here as it will rotate automatically. I got the pizza oven on and there's a few things that stand out for me from a regular pizza oven. That stone just moving and rotating and by itself, it's very, very cool. And the fire on the back, it's like a light show. I mean, this is an impressive oven already. I kind of like it. It's preheating. I'm gonna go grab a quick pizza and let's see what it does. Got a pizza here. I'm just gonna try to put it right in the middle. Oh, that was as easy as it gets, everybody. That is so cool. It is cooking. It is doing its job. It's rotating itself. It's getting super hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a call right about now. I'm just excited. I like it. Oh, let me lower it. You know what? I'm getting too excited because I'm just looking at it. It is my first time cooking on it. And like every pizza oven, it takes a little bit of time for you to get it perfectly. But I'm not gonna lie, everybody. I am pretty happy with that. I even got some leopards right here in the edge. Come on, man. This pizza oven is phenomenal. This is a heavy-duty cleaner for your grill. I have cleaned thousands of grill, and having the perfect tool to use it will definitely save time. Let's put that to the test. Thomas says, completely disintegrated after 1 use, and it covers the grill in dust. Well, let's test it anyway. I got a pretty dirty grill here. Let's see if this thing actually works. Wow, it's making dust everywhere, but wow, this is a 1-use thing? I'm not even done yet.
That does not look good.
I ran out of stone, everybody. It's already done already. I'm not even done. I would say this is terrible. This is the guacamole preserver. Donna says, it was terrible to clean. The guacamole got under the rubber seal. We all know brown guacamole is not good. I got some guacamole right here, and I'll be honest with you guys, I really hope that it lasts. The only reason your guacamole gets brown is because of the air. If you have no oxygen in there, technically, it should work. Put it on the bottom right here. I'll try to do this which remove as much air as possible. Now push it down, nice and tight, and we'll leave it in the refrigerator for days and see what happens. It has been 24 hours and the guacamole still looks green. Now I'm not gonna wait days for it because it will not last that long in my house. If it can last the next day, I'm happy with it. And apparently this worked very well. As you can clearly see, it's still green, smells great, and it looks like this will work just fine. Those are all of the products that I reviewed. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like the most. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Let me know which one was your favorite. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.